Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very, very exciting day because it is time for VSL Season 10. And you join me here for the first round in Tier 2. And as you can see on your screen, we are going around the incredible circuit of Silverstone for the first round here today. Let me just have a look at the stream, make sure everything is alright because we've had a bit of drama. So audio is working on, which is always a good thing. So we're loading in now. Let me just quickly link the stream to people. There we go. So yeah, you join me for the start of season 10. Not all good tonight, which is a little bit disappointing, but I'm sure the action will be full. As always, if you joined me last season, you know that Tier 2 never really disappoints. There's always an event, shall we say. There's always something going on and always drama not too far away from these drivers. We have a few familiar faces returning and also some new faces as well. So as you can see, there are the likes of Y Racer, our champion from last season, Gareth. They join us again along with Newgarden and Ryan Berry, the ones that instantly stand out, along with an 8-9 Acorn. And obviously, it's a new season, so we have some new cars. So that might get a bit of getting used to as well to get the correct people in the correct cars. So I will quickly run you through the grid that we have for Tier 2 this season. Well, what should be our grid if everyone was to turn up and know people filling in. I'll see if I can find it quickly. But yeah, we're here at Silverstone. Let's get bored with someone, so there's something going on in the background. Acorn seems to be the first round on track, so we'll have a look at him while I quickly find this. So it's all dry at the minute. We have Haslager joining back. He might have lagged out a little bit before. Let's have a look then. We will start at the front in the Red Bull team. So our Red Bull team, as you can see, the speed team of Y Racer and Newgarden, they are staying firm. I'm 99% sure they were in Red Bull last season. I don't think they've gone anywhere. So they will continue. That's a nice helmet there for Acorn. Look at that, that's very nice. Doing off the Joe vibe. But yeah, so it's Y Racer and Newgarden in the Red Bull, and then in the Ferrari they are, well, Speed Leroy isn't here, but he would be in the Ferrari. And N89, the man who put on a good performance last season, but couldn't quite challenge Gareth for the title, is in Ferrari alongside him. And then it is our champion, Gareth in the Merc, along with Ryan, who isn't here tonight. So Ryan making the move from Alpine over to Merc, and then taking his spot in the Alpine, along with Acorn's spot as well, is Kinner's Mac. Is he here today? He is there in P3, and Albert's also here, so the Alpine duo are ready to rumble. And then in the McLaren we have QRT Sparks, who unfortunately isn't with us today, and Jim Straub. They are your McLaren lineup. And I believe we don't have any Aston Martins yet. And then in the Haas we have oh no, it's going to be one of those names I struggle to pronounce. Ginaldi, I believe that's how it's said, it's probably wrong. And NSR Hotspeed, who is here, you can see him there at the bottom. And then making the switch, a brand new lineup at Alfa Romeo. It's Acorn making the jump from Alpine, and Tony joining him. They are both here as well. So welcoming both of them back. And then in the Alpha Tower we have Ryan Berry and ERT Jordan. And that is your driver lineup for VSL Season 2 so far. There will probably be some drivers coming and going as well throughout the season, so things will always be, swapping about. But is Acorn, I believe, is on the lap, so I wasn't really paying much attention, so I'm not sure if this was a good lineup there. Let me screen that up on the screen. I need to get back in the rhythm. I've had a few weeks off, and yeah, so things been a bit weird being back in the com box ready for these drivers to entertain. So Acorn goes P1 with a 28.9. Let's have a look who is close to finishing their lap. Ryan Berry on a medium with 32.1. There's a Alfa Romeo coming up the line, that's Tony. He goes P2, so it's an Alfa Romeo 1-2 at the minute, the only two people to competitive laps on the softs, only 3 tenths separating them. Who is coming towards the end of the lap? That is an Alpine. Is that Albert? It is Albert coming into the final chicane. So let's have a look. On debut, I'm pretty sure, I don't remember seeing his name last season. It's going to be a really good lap. 27 seconds, beating Acorn by 1.2 seconds. So Albert, very early on, putting down a big statement by slotting himself into P1. The Alpine garage must be happy with that. I think they have a Red Bull on the lap. That's why Racer coming through Stoke. And now into the Vale chicane. Gets his first apex quite nicely. Ooh, a little bit of oversteer there on the exit of the left-hander. And now coming up to the line, it's not going to be P1, it should be P2, it is. He is just 6 tenths off Albert. So closing that gap to our pole man at the minute. Here comes Hot Speed. What's Hot Speed going to do at 28.5? So he goes top 3, so the Alpha mate is getting pushed down a little bit now. Jordan missing his apex there, he is on the set of medium, so maybe don't expect the best lap from him. Ooh, that was a bit slidey there coming up last one. He's the fastest medium runner, but not the fastest overall. So let's have another look, a deeper dive into some of our drivers. I've been given some very useful information about some of them, so let's have a look. But first of all, let's have a look at Kinner's Mac. Oh, he invalidates on the run to the line. That is unfortunate for him. And that will be an invalidated lap. Who is on a lap 189 is on a lap, so we'll stick on board with him for the rest of his lap. So obviously we have our champion from last season back in the tier 2 grid. Wasn't confident enough, some may say, to take the jump up to tier 1, so it's Gareth in the Merc this time making that jump from Williams. So yeah, he is obviously the tier 2 champion, and also won the constructors with Williams pretty much no, I think that's a bit rude, but single-handedly. I think he would have nearly won it in points alone, so he had a very, very impressive season last time out, taking his VSL career stats. He had 1 pole, 9 wins. Well, it says here 3 podiums. I think that might maybe be the other way around, 3 wins, 9 podiums, because I mean, if you know anything, you can't have 9 wins and only 3 podiums. It doesn't really make much sense. I'm going to assume they're the wrong way round, so the stats there. But yeah, I think Gareth definitely will be the one to watch. Oh, we've had a little spin there for Ryan Berry, who was half a temp up in his lap. And Haslager, Haslager's just gone P2 1,000 behind Albert, so someone is matching him. That is Albert and Haslager front row. As it stands, we haven't actually seen Gareth out on track yet, I don't think. Oh, well, he certainly hasn't done a competitive lap. Who else hasn't done a lap? Here comes Kinner's Mac with a 1:33.2 invalid. I wouldn't have moved him up the table, but obviously he will want to get a lap on the board at some point. And everyone else, I don't think anyone is on a competitive lap. Ryan Berry's not, he's not burning in the ERS anyway, so he's not pushing all guns blazing right now. I think ERT Jordan might be on a lap though. He is, he's burning the ERS anyway. So here he comes now, coming towards Cox. It's not quite flat in the new regulation of cars. A little lift, wasn't ideal there. Just going to get a horrible drive. Should have gone down to 7th gear. I'm going to imagine this is an in-lap for Jordan in the AlphaTauri. We'll have a look though to see if he's off or how far he's down coming across the sector split. So he's only 2 tenths down, and with that suboptimal cop, shall we say, I don't think that's too bad. Definitely shows there is a lap time in there for Jordan. Coming through Stoke, missing his apex just a tiny bit, and he's going to abort the lap, going to the pits. And we have a few people out for their second runs. Ryan Berry not on the lap. Kinner's Mac, I'm going to imagine he's going to be pitting. He's got no ERS anyway, so yeah, he's going to pit surely. Kinner's Mac will be coming into the pits. Who is the furthest around? I think Albert. No, that was the wrong Alpine entering the pits there. It is going to be the 2 Alfa Romeos going to be the first to start the laps. So we'll have a look at Acorn. Who want to improve. He'll probably want front 2 rows minimum. He did have pace last season, but the Alpines struggled for consistency really. They were in the Constructors championship fight all the way to the end, along with Red Bull and Williams coming out on top. But here we go, coming through turn 1. Oh, it's going to be a cut, it's going to be involved already, so it's Tony's turn. What can Tony do? Gets further than his teammate, he gets through turn 1 with a valid lap. Now coming into the loop, the new section. Runs maybe a bit too wide, not going to carry the most speed through. So now onto the first of 2 DRS straights here at Silverstone. And now towards Brooklands, the long left, he's 3 tenths off already, so that is good for the lap time. Now through Luffield, a very, very long right. Important to get a good run because you have a semi-long straight down the National Pit Straight. Through Woodcut, not really a corner anymore. And now to Cox, will he take it better than we've seen from some so far? Yeah, a lot better. That was very nice there from Tony. Now coming into probably one of the most famous corner chains in all of F1, and oh, I've got that wrong. That is not what you want to be doing in there, is a front wing of an Alfa Romeo off the car. That is unfortunate for Tony. It was a very nice lap until that point. He's going to have to back off and go again. Albert is on the lap. Let's see how he manages to tackle Max and Beckett and Chapel. Better than Tony. Very nice from the Alpine there. Maybe a little bit of a missed apex in Chapel, but still nearly 2 tenths up for the Alpine man. Now coming into Stowe, down to 6th gear. Gets his apex quite nicely, don't want to run wide, very easy to do so. And now into the Belgian chicane, braking where the curb starts. Just touched that red sausage curb. Missed that one on the inside because that will unsettle the car a bit too much. And now what's going to be? It's going to be a 27.4, nearly a 3-tenth improvement for the Alpine. And sets himself further in front of everyone. Here comes Hot Speed. Can he get into the 27s? He can. It's a 27.934. Puts himself P3 on the grid. Jordan's backed off. Is he going again? I imagine he will be. Both Alfa Romeos back into the pits. So they were unable to settle up on those fresh tyres. Let's have a good Jordan. He's still out on the mediums. So Jordan saving a set of softs here. Well, 2 sets of softs. He's only going to have time to do one more run after this. N89 will go on board with him because he's actually on a set of softs, and he could challenge the front more than Jordan, I imagine. Quite a nice line here for the loop. Gets his apex very nicely. What about the exit? It's alright. A lot of inputs on the wheel. You want to be smooth. Maybe one gliding input. Quite jarring from N89, but it's still 2 tenths. What do I know? The lap time has been improved. It's a purple first, the game's telling me. Let's see if that's true. The game does have a tendency to lie, but it's looking good from N89. Coming through Woodfoot. Flying towards Cox. How is he going to take it here? Down to 7th maybe. He is down to 7th. No, nice. That was a very committed entry for the Ferrari. Now coming to Maggot Specs in Chapel. He will appear over the brow. There he is. Absolutely flying through. Those apexes look neat. Now what's the set split going to say? It's 3.5 tenths up. This could be a 28 for the Ferrari man. Coming towards Stowe. Down to 6. Gets his apex really nicely. Maybe a little bit too much curve. Unsettling the car just a tad perhaps. And now the fail chicane. Gets both his apexes nicely. Maybe doesn't carry the ultimate speed through the corner. But here it is. It's going to be a 28.8. Up to P5. I'm sure N89 will be happy with that. That was a decent lap for him. Kinner's Mac on the lap. Trying to get one on the board. You do have Gareth on track. I think Gareth comes towards the end of the lap. He is. It's only P4 for Gareth, but that is, I mean, it's quite high up, but for Gareth that's maybe a bit disappointing. He'd want to be in the front 3 and perhaps even on the front row minimum for our champion. And Kinner's Mac with a 32.1, but he gets a lap on the board. I think that's the important thing. Just get a lap on the board, you know. Jim Straub hasn't gone out on track yet, so let's see what he is thinking. Gareth, is he going again? No, he's not. He's backed off. So I imagine he will be entering the pits. Kind of a bit close for time, but I think he should be alright. Jordan, surely going to pit. I mean, he wants to get a soft run, doesn't he? So here comes the AlphaTauri. You've got to imagine he's going to peel off into the pits. Yeah, there we go, he's peeling. He is peeling. Like a man who's been sunbathing for 2 months straight. He is peeling. Newgarden, may have run out of fuel, but no, I think he's still alright. Ryan Berry, in fact. That really confused me. I went seeing an AlphaTauri and seeing the name Ryan Berry just doesn't correlate in my brain, but he gets involved at Cops. So he should be pitting as well, although he is going to be close for time because this is probably the longest pit lane of the season. It's a 37-mile-an-hour speed limit, I'm pretty sure, and it is a long pit lane. They have to decrease the speed limit because it was faster to go through the pits, well, to the finish line anyway, if it was 50 mile an hour, so that's why it's faced. And oh my god, he's heading towards the wall. Nearly a disastrous incident there for Ryan Berry, but he avoids carnage. Acorn coming in the final section now. He will be starting his final flying lap. I'll have another one after this, but you really don't want to be doing your fast lap on 2 lap old tyres. But let's see what he can do. He shouldn't have any traffic unless that Red Bull gets out in front of him, but hopefully that Red Bull gets out of the way. But here we go, Acorn, what can he do? Can he knock Albert off the top spot? Get through turn 1, so it's better than last time. And now coming into the loop, brakes late, does he get his apex? Misses his apex just a tiny bit. Will he get apex for turn 4? He does, now coming through the flat turn 5. Make it as smooth as possible, loses less speed. There's a little scrub on the tyres. How much is he going to be up by in first? He's up by nearly 3/4 of a tenth. Misses apex just a tiny bit in Brooklands now. Goes deep into Lovefield. The corner. Down to second. That's quite a low gear there. You want to really stay in third to get the better traction. Now through Woodcut. Down to Cops. This is where you need big balls. Stays in 8th and gets the understeer due to that. Doesn't get invalid, but definitely not the fastest way through the corner. Now Max Peterson Chapel gets pretty much all of his apexes quite nicely and doesn't understeer off. How much he's going to be up by now? 2.5 tenths. He could be challenging N89 here for P6. And maybe with a good last sector he could be challenging 5th and 4th. So here we go. Acorn down to the Bell chicane. What's it going to be for the Alfa Romeo? Gets his apex nicely there and carries the speed just about. Is it going to be a 28? It is, it's a 28.6, that is P6 for Acorn and ahead of an 8.9. Who is on a lap? Tony. Tony is on a lap. In fact, no he's not, he's backed off. He is on an outlap, in fact. Sorry about that. Here comes Y-Racer though. He's going to start a lap as well. So everyone seems to be starting a lap at the same time. No, Hasselblatt's not on a lap either. Jim Strubb has retired, so he'll be starting from the back. Ryan Berry is out as well. So, a poor qualifying for Ryan Berry, I guess. Let's see what he can do in the race. Here comes Hot Speed. Oh, definitely not ideal lines there for Hot Speed. But I think he's still going to be up. He is. 2.7 tenths up. This could definitely get him onto the front row. If he carries his speed to the last sector, it'll be guaranteed front row. Maybe not enough to challenge Albert though. Is Albert on a lap? He could be actually. No, he's not. He's just starting a lap. So we'll go back and watch with Hot Speed. What can Hot Speed do? Misses his apex there for the Bell chicane. That is not ideal. Here he comes running up to the line. It's going to be a 27.6. That's P2 for Hot Speed. Can anybody get him off the front row? Here is probably the man we want to be watching, Gareth. Our champion. He is nearly half a tenth up in the first. That is a nice Brooklands. Gets his late apex perfect. Down to third. Maybe short shift to fourth. He doesn't decide to do the short shift. So, Gareth, what can he do? Coming to Cops. Down to 7th. That was nice. As long as he doesn't understeer off, he doesn't. So he kept it going. As the Mercedes man. Little lift there. Oh, misses his apex massively for the Chapel and the exit. 3.5 tenths up though. This could definitely be top 4, maybe P3 if he has a good second half of the lap. Down to 5th, misses apex again for Stokes. The lap maybe falling away a little bit as he lost the tyres. I think Jordan's about to come across the line. Where can Jordan jump up to? Jordan jumps up to P5. He's ahead of Gareth. But can Gareth improve? I think he is going to. It's going to be P3 for Gareth. So Gareth jumps up into P3. It's going to be Kinner's Mac, the next man across the line. Can he improve his lap? A 32.1 to beat. I think he might just about do it. A 31.9. So an improvement for Kinner's Mac. But Albert gets pole. Our first pole sitter of VSL Tier 2 Season 10. Oh, that was maybe the wrong way around. VSL Tier 10. No. VSL Season 10 Tier 2. Here we go. Finally. So Albert gets the first pole position of the season by about a tenth and a half over Hot Speed, and Gareth not far behind at all, and Haslager all within half a second. So that should be an interesting race. And looking down further towards the grid, we have the lead of the two Red Bull drivers, Y Racing P5 and Jordan P6, and the two Alfa Romeos together on track. Acorn and Tony, they'll be starting side by side. And then N89 in P9, living up to his name there quite nicely. Newgarden round out the top 10 in the second of the two Red Bulls. Ryan Berry not even getting a lap on the softs. But did he go out on track on the softs? Let's have a look. He did go out on track on the softs. He just didn't manage to get a lap time on the board. And then it's Kinner's Mac P12, and round out the grid is Jim Strav in 13th, not even leaving the pits, I don't think. He just sat tight, waiting. Maybe just done a lot of race practice and didn't fancy maybe getting involved in the carnage early on. But we will see what happens. We are supposed to have our 2-minute break. Hopefully all the drivers are aware of that before they ready up, because I believe there will be penalties if people do ready up. So we'll see how that happens. I need a quick swig. As hopefully everyone loads in okay. And it is dry for the race by the looks of things. Well, it's definitely dry right now. I can't tell you what's going to happen in the future, but there is not a single cloud in sight. So I think the strategy around here is a medium hard. You don't really want hard medium. You don't really want to be pitting onto the hards because they were an absolute pain to warm up, and you will lose quite a lot of time, especially around here. That is quite a high speed circuit, so the understeer you'll get is rubbish, and the traction on the loop as well. You'll probably lose quite a lot of time there as well. So yeah, quite an interesting qualifying. Albert obviously new to the league, or new to Tier 2 anyway. I'm not too sure if he was in Tier 1, but smashing the lap straight away, goes P1. But yeah, looks like everyone has been made aware of the 2-minute cooldown, or whatever you want to call it. I guess it's kind of a cooldown, but the 2-minute grace period between qualifying and the race, because we don't know if anyone ready up yet. I'm quickly going to go get another drink because I am running low, so I will be back in about 30 seconds. So yeah, I'll see you ready for the formation lap. So people are ready, and they're readied up, and we will get the formation up underway in just over 5 seconds. We'll have a look at what tyres people are on and what the game is suggesting strategy wise. So let's have a look. Let's have a cheeky gander. Excuse me. So let's get the tyres up. Audio. There we go. Tyres. So medium and hards across the board. Interestingly, Albert, our pole sitter, has gone for medium, so he could be looking to pull away at the start here and make a gap to those behind the Hot Speed and Gareth, who are both on the hard. So split strategy between the top three. Hasslag on the medium, so he will be looking to push those in front as well, along with Y Racer. So quite an even, well, 3 to 7 split in the top 10 from hards to mediums. Acorn and Tony, both Alfa Romeos, going for the mediums. N89 on the mediums as well, so is Newgarden, and then Ryan Berry, our lowest hard starter, so he'll be looking to go long into the race. And obviously, you have to remember the safety car can play a part in this. So maybe a nicely timed safety car for one of these strategies could prove pivotal in this race. Kinners Mac on mediums, and Jim Straub rounding off the grid in P13, he's going for mediums as well. So no softs, which is good to see, because it is definitely a one-stop race. You do not want to be doing a two-stop around here, because the pit lane is probably about 30 seconds time loss. So yeah. Quite a fast formation, they're not really taking their time. Nice little bit of weaving on the straight to get some temperature generated into those tyres, especially crucial for those hard runners, because you do not want to be on cold hards for long, because they are absolutely awful. I myself have spun many a time on cold hards. That's probably why I'm not racing, because I would just be too bad. But coming towards the end of the formation lap now, we had a few issues. Oh my. Albert taking a bit of an off-roading course there towards the end of the formation lap. But he will want to line up into his grid slot nicely here. P1 slot, the slot every driver wants to be. Let's have a look. Can he do it with absolute precision? Creeping forward. You don't want to go over that line. Boom. Perfect. No liar, so he was guaranteed disqualification last season. I think pretty much every time he got disqualified. But everyone is on the grid. Jim Straub, our only person to mess up lining up to the grid. But here we go. It's going to be Albert on in P1. The pass of Hot Speed next to him. I cannot see the lights, so I have no idea when they're going to go out. But they're out now, and off we go for season 10 here in Tier 2. And it's Albert who gets the best start, obviously, on the mediums. Gareth, though, jumping to Hot Speed. Oh, they were very, very, very wide. Oh, no! Collisions at turn 1, Hot Speed. The man who started P2 is around, and the Red Bull's off the track there. He's rejoined. Maybe a little bit dangerously, but he is back on the track with no harm done. Ryan Berry pushed off there. He's in P8 right now, but Hot Speed and Newgarden, the two biggest losers there, they are now at last and second last. And Jim Straub's had a decent start up from last to P10. Is there going to be any movements into Brooklands? There is. It's a Ferrari. It's Hasslag going down the inside of Gareth, our champion. So it's mediums. 1, 2. Hasslag has made the most of the collisions in front and those medium tyres to get himself up into second position. And now it is about, can Gareth stick with these tyres in front, or is Acorn going to challenge him? Let's get the telemetry up, see what battery keys they're running on. Coming through Cops for the first time, heavy fuel load, a lot of understeer, and that is evident there with Gareth's run. They're going to be side by side in Swanks and Beckett's. Ryan Berry's getting a good view of this. The two AlphaTauris behind are battling. Ryan Berry getting ahead of Jordan. Oh, having to cut the corner. Jordan's been put off a bit there. And ain't going to go down the inside. He's going to cut the corner as well. They're all over the place. Jordan manages to hold around the outside, and there's a bit of contact there between him and Jim Straub, I'm pretty sure. Is Jim Straub going to have a go on towards Stowe on the Ferrari? Is he going to dive down the inside? It's not really a heavy braking zone. And he has not dived it down the inside. Acorn and Y Racers side by side to P4 now. I think Y Racers made that move stick. A horrible camera angle to tell. But look at this. Gareth is dropping off the back of the front too. He needs to try and stay within that DRS. That is critical for his race right now. He is by far the highest hard runner. The next one is Ryan Berry in P7 next to his teammate Jordan in P8. Oh, that's a little bit of a mistake there for Gareth. He misses his apex, drifts a little bit wide, and definitely loses a couple of tenths of time. Time is glitched, so unfortunately I can't really tell how far behind he is. But the time is glitched all over the place. So it is Newgarden and Hot Speed who lost a lot of time there at the start with a spin. They were 3 wide into turn 1, and I think 3 into 1 just doesn't go really, and Hot Speed and Newgarden clearly getting tangled up. I'm not too sure how Newgarden got involved, but I definitely seen Hot Speed sideways. I'll probably have to look back at that after to really understand what happened. But it's Albert who managed to convert pole to an early lead in this race. But he has Hasbarger not too far behind, but both of those are creating a nice little gap over Gareth. They're definitely up DRS. I mean, I can just visually see there that they are. I don't need telemetry to tell me that. But he is maybe going to come under pressure from my racer, who is burning the battery a little bit, down to 70%. He probably wants to wait for DRS to make that move. Make it just easier and burn less battery, because this is a hard circuit to recover ERS around, because there's not too many heavy braking zones to really charge that battery. The only real heavy braking zone is, well, maybe turn 3 is the hardest braking zone. There really aren't that many hard braking zones. So yeah, definitely not one to waste your energy around. That will be a critical part of this race. Now into the loop. This will be Y-Racer's first use of DRS. There we go, the telemetry. Luckily it's fixed itself. He is half a second behind, gets a good exit though on the mediums compared to the hards, opens DRS, burns the battery, and here he comes now towards Brooklands. Is he going to dive down the inside? He is. Is Gareth going to fight it? Hands it around the outside. Y-Racer gets a nose down the inside. Now he's going to go around the outside of Luffield. Does Acorn have a good view of this? He does. They're still side by side on the exit. He uses all the chuckers Y-Racer and gets a good exit there. I think, is he going to be able to pull in front for Cops? That was my point to say. These are critical corners. They're going to be side by side. No contact. And the Y-Racer runs a little bit wide. And here comes Gareth. He's going to go back out into Magnussen Beckett's right side to back out. That's smart from Gareth. That is how you win championships. Not getting involved in incidences and just ensuring you get to the end of the race. But now, does Y-Racer have the pace to catch those in front? Or is Gareth going to come straight back at him here? Is he going to go down the inside into Star? No, he's going to have to look for the outside line. Can he go all the way around the outside? He definitely tried that. I think he's gone a bit too wide, in fact, and there is Y-Racer appearing in front of the Mercedes front wing and keeping that position. It's going to be a dive from Gareth. Is he going to go for the switchback? He's not quite enough the traction to do that, and now Y-Racer really needs to try and push to get a comfortable gap. He really doesn't need to defend down here. There is no way you can go down the inside of turn 1. And look at that, that's put Y-Racer off, and now he's messed up his line, so maybe Y-Racer a bit flustered by our champion. But Gareth probably needs to calm down now and set his focus on not losing another position to Acorn, because there is a bit of a train developing here. I'm not sure if we'll get a good view of it, but the train is there all the way from 3rd down to 11th, or down to 10th even, and 8-9 picking up a penalty. And in fact it's Gareth who's gone for the overtake on Y-Racer. How has he closed that gap? That Mercedes must have incredible straight line speed. They're side by side, rolls reversed from last lap. Can Gareth get the exit? Don't think so, but he's going to burn a little bit. Look at the straight line speed of this Mercedes. Gareth must have run in lower wings. He's going to go to the inside for Cops. He's been squeezed. It's literally a copy. Oh, that was so close to contact, but they managed to avoid it. And here comes Acorn. Acorn's going to have to go with the Mercedes now into Magnussen Beckett's. Side by side. Does Acorn manage to hold it around the outside? They're still side by side. Acorn has to back out of it in the end. There is just not enough room to around the outside there. But he's got a good exit. Here he comes down into style. He can look to the outside. I think he might be in front of us. Can't even get to the corner. He is. He's going to shut the door. Gareth slots in. Acorn compromises his line unnecessarily there, and that could give Gareth a chance coming into the Belgian chicane. He's going to be squeezed onto the curb. He's going to try to go all the way around the outside very late on the brakes. Got a champion. And they avoid contact, and all is fair right now. Very good racing from these guys. We are jumping straight back into the action here for season 10. Coming through turn 1, single file somehow, and this has actually provided a great opportunity for Y-Racer. Look at that, a 1.4 second gap between him and this battle for P4, so he needs to get his head down and push like a madman. Here comes Gareth. Is he going to try and get back at the Alfa Romeo? He falls to the slipstream, opens DRS, and is burning ERS as well. Tony has a good view of this, but no, Gareth, in fact, he's going to switch back through Brooklands, sorry. And now he's going to try and switch back through Luffield as well. The switchback onto the switchback. This is absolutely crazy. The gap out front now has come down under a second as well, so Hasbarger could maybe challenge Albert. down towards Stowe on this lap, so if nothing's going to happen here, but of course there's action. Acorn makes a mistake. It's going to be Gareth going up the inside. And is Acorn going to back out of it? He is. Acorn has to back out of it. There really was no chance of him defending that. Gareth had the inside line. And now this will gift Acorn the DRS, and he's going to come straight up past him once again. This time he's got the inside line into Stowe. Here comes Tony as well. So Tony could maybe get involved. It's going to be a switchback. Oh, there's contact, and Acorn is round. He's been spun by Gareth. Absolute drama here at Silverstone. This has been a crazy race so far. I'm only 5 laps in. This has been insane. And now that is unfortunate for Acorn. He is all the way down in 11th now. And there's been another spin. Who spun? Albert. Albert's made a mistake. Oh my god, Albert's spun. What is going on? This is absolutely insane. Albert, something's happened with Albert. I'm not too sure what's going on. Absolutely everything is happening right now. This is mad. Haslager's in the lead. Y Racer's found himself a 5-second gap now, so these guys behind us. Gareth still in P3. He's got the Berlin Wall. Nobody can cross him. Tony is going to be the next person to have a go. And he's not going to be able to get close enough. In fact, he's under more pressure from Jordan than he's putting on Gareth. This is insane. This is a crazy race. And now a little bit of calm, just a tiny little bit while we wait for the next overtaking zone. It's Haslager though in the lead. I'm not sure what has happened with him and Albert, but Albert has gone from leading this time last lap to all the way to the back now. So he's got a lot of work ahead of him. Wow, this is crazy. And was that a mistake there from Gareth? It looked like he got a bit squirrely on the exit, but he's gained time. Someone else has gone. N89 is gone now. N89 has spun. He manages to spin back around, but he's going to get overtaken here by Kinnes Mac and Newgarden, who are battling. Here comes Newgarden on Kinnes Mac. He's got the DRS. He's not burning. He's saving his ERS, and he backs out of it. What's happened? I'm not too sure what happened there. Maybe he got an illegal overtake on N89, and Albert's slow. Albert is slow. He's just lost another 10 seconds. Something like that anyway. I don't know. There's really too much going on for me to keep up. But that is, what a crazy start to this race. There's another yellow. It's Albert again. So Albert's race has really crumbled. His tyres are cooked, I think. So are we going to see him pit? Let's have a look. He's going to pit, so I'm not too sure if he's going to retire or just change the compound. But Gareth seems to have calmed down a little bit now. He's managed to keep this P3 for a couple of laps now. Whew, Albert has retired, so absolute charm here. I need to try and catch my breath. N89 and Newgarden battling. Newgarden's gone deep. Could that maybe give a chance to N89? Y Race is picking up a penalty in P2, so that's not too good this early on. So a little bit of calm. This battle for P3 though is 100% not over. Gareth is driving well. He's pulling away from Tony just a little bit, so Tony needs to try and get maybe a little bit more consistent, making a few too many mistakes is the Alfa Romeo, or maybe doesn't have the pace of our champion. And enough to be ashamed of. He is the champion for a reason. N89's gone again. N89 has spun once again. And that is Albert's AI leaving the pits. He's solid. His AI is solid, so Haslager has to be careful to avoid him there. And it's going to be Y Race coming up to him next, but let's keep an eye on this battle. Gareth very nearly breaking that DRS 1 second mark. He is about half a tenth away from doing it. Can he? It looked like he went maybe a little bit deep there, did he? No, I think he's done it. I think Gareth has managed to break the DRS. Kinnes Mac picking up a penalty, and we have a Alfa Romeo into pits. That's Acorn. Is he having a wing change? I don't think he did. I think it was just a pit stop to him. So an early pit stop. 18 laps to do on the hards now for the first of the two Alfa Romeos. Well, the first of the two sort of pits anyway. They will be equal status for the beginning of the season. And maybe all the way through. Who knows how that team is going to be run this season with that new driver lineup. And Tony seems to have lost the DRS now pretty comfortably. Is Gareth out of it? Jordan will set his sights now on making a move for P4. Albert has left the session, so what was a very promising start to him. For some reason it was untangled. I'm not too sure what happened. Whether he just made a mistake or there was some contact with Hatfield. They were pretty close, but they weren't mega close. They weren't really battling, so I'm not too sure. I don't think there was contact, but we'll have to see anything was said after the race. Or maybe have a quick look at the chat just to see if Haslager said anything. Not Haslager, Albert, sorry. Nothing has been said, so we will continue to ponder. Yellow flag said 3. That is Jim Straub who has spun. Sorry, I was looking quickly in the chat to see if anything was going on with Albert, but he is around and has lost the front left end plate of that McLaren. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he has. So he has dropped down to 10th now. This battle though is hotting up between Tony and Jordan. Jordan only 4.5 tenths behind. He's not quite got the straight line speed to make a move just yet. NA9 picking up a penalty. And now, you would have to say, the ball is definitely in Haslager's court, an 8.5 second lead, and Y-Race has a penalty. We'll have a quick look. I don't think anyone's got more than one penalty. In fact, NA9, that was his second, so he needs to try and cut down on the penalties a little bit. Ryan Berry just fell in the DRS of his teammate. And Jordan has quite a lot of DRS to use if he wants to get past here. New Ireland picking up a penalty as well, so a few penalties starting to creep into these drivers. Here comes Jordan. He's decided now is the time. He's burning, open that DRS. Tony doesn't defend the inside line, and I think that can be quite an easy move for the AlphaTauri. Unless Tony can get a mega exit, which he has kind of done here. He's going to have a look, maybe get outside for the Bowers Kane. Late on the brakes, he's not going to go down the inside. He's going to slot in behind Jordan. And maybe realise that Jordan's got a little bit more pace than him. And obviously Tony is on those mediums, so they will be starting to fade away a little bit. Those hard to be coming towards these drivers now. And Ryan Berry will surely be thinking about copying his teammate and getting past Alfa Romeo for P5. It'll be a very good race for AlphaTauri if they can get a double top 5. Even just double points early on in the season, just to get off on the right foot is very important. But what can Jordan do? Can he catch Gareth, or is Gareth maybe just a bit too strong for these drivers behind? Jim Straub into the pits to repair that wing damage we saw him get right at the start of last lap. So he was unlucky there because he just passed the pits, so he had to do a full lap for that wing damage. That's why they're nearly getting that gap up to 10 seconds out front. So the field starting to spread out just a tiny bit, but this battle, this four-way battle for P4 right now, is still very much alive. I think Tony will have the DRS here. So he opens it, he is burning. Maybe the burning isn't very necessary, because look, Ryan has very little ERS, cut down to nearly 10% there coming into Stoke, so he's definitely been using it quite generously. Maybe needs to get this move done on Tony and then settle down, try and regain some ERS. As I said, it is quite hard to do around here, and he messes up that corner quite badly, and that could put him under pressure from hot speed on this lap. This is apex again. Ryan Berry struggling a little bit, and that light is flashing, so he is down below 10% momentarily there. Gets an alright exit though from the loop, so he should be alright. He shouldn't come under too much pressure. And now Tony has lost the DRS to Jordan in front. So that is Tony's main defence mechanism gone. N89 pitting to the hards, so he'll be going to the end from now on those. Ryan Berry burning. I don't know why he's burning here. This is just a very unnecessary place to burn. There's no overtake possible. You may as well focus on nailing cops, which he has definitely done there. Very, very, very good cops from Ryan. Misses his apex though. He needs to try and just get these apexes closed up and get that move done. And that is exactly what he's done. Look at that exit. This should be the move there. So pulling into the DRS. He just doesn't seem to have much straight line speed. He looks at the outside. There was maybe a gap on the inside for him to have a look there. Ooh, was that a lock-up or did he touch the grass or something? Because he just didn't really turn. and that's going to be Tony, in fact, peeling off into the pit. So, Tony is our highest pitter so far. Pits from P5. Where will he come out? He'll want to come out in front of Acorn, which I think he should do pretty comfortably. And now Hotspeed has got a free run at Ryan Berry. Let's have a look. I imagine, no, yeah, Tony will go on hard, so there's nothing else can go on really. So it's hard for the Alfa Romeo. Kinner's Mac in as well. So let's have a look at Acorn. See where he's going to come out in comparison to his teammate. I think he's going to be 5, well, maybe not even 5 behind, 2-3 seconds behind. Once those tyres have warmed up for Tony, it is quite a pain to warm tyres up around here. So there is Tony. Let's have a look how he manages to fare on the cold hards. You just visually see there is just not much grip at all. That gap coming down massively, nearly 3-4 tenths through just one corner in the slow tyres. But Tony has successfully come out in front of his teammates, so he's in P8 and everyone in front needs to pit. And there we go, our leader Haslager pitting off the medium tyres. So a safety car now for the hard runners that have stayed out will be beautiful. But there aren't really any battles going on, so I think the chances of a safety car right now are pretty slim. White Racer is extending his medium stint a little bit longer, and obviously hard runners won't pit just yet. So where will Haslager come out? He'll probably come out, he'll want to come out in front of that Red Bull of Newgarden, that is, and that is Jordan going back to Haslager along with Ryan Berry. So the two, Altauri's now up to the top 4, and that is Newgarden in fact pitting. So there exits Haslager from the pit comfortably in P6, nobody really within the same postcode of him. Now I'm not too sure if Jordan is catching Gareth. I think that gap is staying a little bit the same. It might have come down a tiny little bit, I'm not 100% sure. But it's Hotspeed that needs to be looking to make the moves right now. So the two Alfa Romeos go past Newgarden, who's in the pits. Will he, where is he? He should be able to come out pretty easily in front of Kinner's Mac. Yeah, he'll comfortably in front. So it's just this battle for P4 right now between Hotspeed and Ryan. You can see there's light flashing on the back of Ryan. How much he actually got? He's got 6%. Really not looking too good. But then again, Hotspeed, he does have an extra 10%, but that isn't all that much. One attempt at an overtake and a little bit of burning and he'll be down to the same DRS as Ryan. But you can see Hotspeed not using is Ryan. Ryan's not using either. So both trying to be smart, as there we have Y Racer pitting from the lead. He will come out probably in that gap as well between Haslager and Tony, although he will be closer to the Alfa Romeos than Haslager was. So it's Gareth, our champion last season, who takes the lead for now until he pits, and then Haslager will resume his deserving spot in the lead. Really, he hasn't really been challenged since Albert had his incident. Still not sure what happened there, but Haslager seems to be running away with this race a little bit right now. A statement being made from the Ferrari man. And Hotspeed on his endeavours to try and get him. But no, Haslager's made a mistake. Haslager has made a mistake. Just as I was saying, the commentator's curse. He has had a spin there on those newish hards. He's had a lap on them, so he wouldn't have been freezing. But that has cost him 5 seconds or so, and Y Racer now could be smelling blood. And hopefully Haslager hasn't overheated his tyres or flat spotted them. Well, flat spots aren't really in the game, but extra tyre wear isn't really what you want, especially when you've been on those tyres 1 lap longer than the car behind. So a little mistake there for Haslager. Let's hope, well, he'll definitely go open more, don't creep in. That maybe will affect the confidence, but here we go. Hotspeed finally going to go for the move on Ryan Berry and gets the move done quite comfortably. Ryan Berry, no answer to the Haas, who did burn quite a lot there. Yeah, look, he's down to 5%. Oh my, 4! That was pretty close to the wall there for Ryan Berry, but he managed to enter the pit without speeding, which is all like pretty good. And he will go on the mediums to the end of the race. So he's the first bar harder in the pit. A purple last sector there for Hotspeed. Only 1.5 to Jordan in front. So Hot Speed seems to have quite a lot of pace right now. Where will Ryan Berry come out? He'll want to come out in front of the Alfa Romeo of Tony, but I think it's going to be close. There goes Y-Race, he's got no chance of coming out in front of him. Here is Tony. Will he be able to jump Ryan Berry? Ryan Berry exits the pits now. Do we see him? And that is a penalty there for Tony. There is Ryan Berry in the distance, but his tyres do have to warm up. And Kenneth Mack is out on the straight somehow. A huge crash, and that is a safety car. This could play perfectly to the hands of Gareth. How Kenneth Mack has had some sort of incident on a straight. I'm not too sure what's happened there. Was he near anyone? I don't think he was near anyone, so I'm not really too sure what's happened to Kenneth Mack there. But that is unfortunate for him. And the Alpine team have had a disastrous start to the season. Both cars retiring in the first round, and the hard runners, Gareth, Jordan and Hot Speed, will all be diving into the pits. And could they possibly get out in front of Haslager? If they get out in front of Haslager, that is very good for their race. So let's have a look. Yeah, they're all going to pit. All of them are going to pit. And well, this has fallen perfectly to the hands of Gareth. But it's whether they can come out ahead of Haslager or not. Haslager really does need to get in front and fight for his life. Ryan Berry also, no, he's not really benefited from this though, because he pit last lap, so he's not going to get the shorter pit stop. Where are they? So Gareth has exited the pits, well, exited his pit box. Now he just needs to try and get to the end of the pit straight. Here comes Haslager. This could be close, but I think Haslager is just about going to get it. He's burning the ERS. And he is going to get out in front. Will Y-Racer get in front of these two? Or these three even? I don't think he's going to get Gareth. This is going to be close. He's not. So it's Gareth is going to get in front of Y-Racer and into P2. And it's going to be Jordan, well, Y-Racer P3, Jordan P4, Hot Speed P5. So Ryan Berry has lost out massively here. So Tony and Acorn are also going to fit. They're going to go on fresh mediums, along with Newgarden. And N89 may as well follow suit. Or don't want to lose into the wall. He is going to follow suit as well. Will Jimstrom also do the same? If so, this would be very bad for Haslager and Y-Racer. The only two on the entire field not on mediums. They're both on worn, well, I say worn hards. They're still pretty much brand new, but I mean, you'd rather have fresh tyres than 3 lap old. So yeah, Jimstrom also going to pit. So it will just be Haslager and Y-Racer alone on the hards. And the rest of the field all on mediums. This could be very interesting to see if Haslager can keep these guys behind and what Y-Race can do, because this definitely favours Gareth. And the hards on safety car restarts are also quite tricky to get the temperature into and not spin. We've seen a few people have issues with spinning, and interestingly one of those is Haslager, so let's see if he can keep things calm and under control. And obviously the famous saying, safety cars cause safety cars. Could that be true here today as well? Let's hope not. Let's hope these drivers can have good clean battles like we've seen for the first 5-6 laps of this race, because they were amazing until we had just that little incident with the Gareth. And Gareth in fact is going to pit. Why is Gareth going to pit? What? This is very confusing. We also have Y-Racer in, but that makes more sense. Why is Gareth going to pit? I'm very interested. He's going on to softs. Gareth thinks softs is the play. Ooh. 9 laps on a set of softs. I think that is a bit of a stretch. So it's Haslager all alone now on the mediums and Gareth alone on the softs. Gareth's going to have to make his moves quick, because those softs are definitely not going to be in the best condition come the end. I think this is a mistake from Gareth. I cannot see this working, but he is the champion and he has made, I'd say it was a gamble. I think he definitely had the best chance of winning, the highest medium run up. Now it's Jordan who has been given the hot seat. This could be a very, very, very big day for AlphaTauri, and putting down their foot in the Constructors' Championship fight. Remember, it's not only the Drivers' Championship, there's also the Teams' Championship to be fought for this season. Will everyone catch up Jim Straub? He will be the last car to catch, and I think it will be close whether he catches this lap or not. He needs to catch before that safety car crosses the Sector 2 split. I think he may just about miss out on catching. I think he'll be five or so seconds too far back. But it may come in this lap regardless. And if it doesn't come in, it'll be interesting to see if people follow Gareth's idea of the softs. Let's have a look. Is the safety car going to come in? I don't think it is. So we're going to have one more lap under the safety car. So, one more lap under the safety car and then we will go racing. Will anybody decide to pit and follow Gareth on those soft tyres? Oh, that's like it definitely isn't. Will anyone? Gareth is in again, so I think Gareth realises he's maybe made a mistake here. And he's going to go back onto mediums, I imagine. So Gareth, he's fumbled. He's fumbled in this first race here. The man who seemed unstoppable last season. In fact, he's going for another set of softs. He really wants to save on that tyre wear. And he's got wing damage somewhere. So, a wing change for the Mercedes. Is he going to get out in front? No, he's now going to be behind Jim Straub. So Gareth is last. He'll have 8 laps to do it. He'll have 8 laps to go from last to first. This could be a real champion's drive if he manages to pull this off. So, Jim Straub is our other guy on softs and he's up to 10th. These two need to now catch up because the safety car will come in this lap whether they are caught up or not. I don't think they'll have too many issues catching up. They are not that far behind us all. So, let's see what's going to happen. I think we're in for a very, very exciting last 8 laps. Do not go anywhere. So as these guys weave, try and prepare their tyres, it's Hasslager who will have to do the most. He needs to get some temperature in those hards. He's going to come under so much pressure in these final 8 laps. He will be the man to beat. And they've all set their sights on Jordan licking his lips in the AlphaTauri. He is ready. But hot speed, I think I'm going to make a prediction right now. I'm going to call, I think hot speed is going to win this race. I'm going to make a prediction. Maybe we can make this a thing for this season. I predict he's going to win, but I probably should do it before the last 8 laps. But yeah, I'll call it now. I think hot speed is going to be the one to win this race. But let's see. As the safety car flies off into the distance, Bert Mylander going to let these drivers get ready to go racing. Hasslager controlling the pace. When will he decide to go? Still weaving, want to keep as much temperature in those hards as possible. And once he goes, he has to go. You can't go and then stop. When's he going to go? He's gone. How has Jordan's... Oh, I think Hasslager made a mistake there. It is the hard tyres, the cold hard tyres biting him. They are nothing to be messed with. Aren't those hards? They are vicious. And he's not had the best restart. Only 4/10 of a gap is what battling is going on behind. There were no overtakes being done straight away. So drivers will probably wait until DRS. Here comes Jordan though. Is he going to burn? Try and make this move quick. He's not. Hasslager's going to go defensive. He's going to come back across to the racing line. And he holds position for now. Any overtakes going on behind? I don't think so. That's a very cool camera angle there. Coming through Luffield for the first time on the safety car restart. It's Jim Straub, in fact, trying to make a move on NA9 round the outside of Luffield. Can he do it, the McLaren? Oh, there's contact there. He's been pushed a little bit wide. That's going to allow the door to open for Gareth, and Gareth's going to come through. So 1 position down, 9 more to go for our champion. He has to overtake on average more than 1 car per lap to pull this off. We'll come back to him maybe in a lap's time, but we need to look at these guys up front because this is an intense battle. The top 6 separated by about 2.5 seconds, I'd say, about that. And now Jordan's burning. He gets off the burn, like quite quickly, and N89 has spun. N89 has spun. I'm not sure if there's been any contact, that is another position for Gareth. 8 to go for our champion. It's Y-Race and Acorn battling now. And actually, Jim Farb is coming at Gareth. He's going to get the move on him. No, he's not. He's going to have to tuck him behind. A lot of battery burnt for Jim Farb already. Y-Racer and Acorn and Tony all going at it. They need to calm down and make sure they don't lose the DRS for the golf in front. They will be activated next lap. So this lap still no DRS for these drivers. It will be next lap that the DRS gets activated. And 4/10 gap. He's holding the gap quite consistently as Haslager. He needs to try and pull away a little bit. I think once the DRS gets activated, he will not have much to defend with. Jordan burning a little bit more. Ooh, hot speed has burned a lot more than Jordan. So Jordan conserving, I'd say, right now. No overtakes being attempted at the minute in Brooklands or Luffield. So they're now going to have to wait. Stowe will be their next chance. Here is Jordan burning, and that is N89 spun again. If I can say my words properly. Decent cops there for Haslager. He's going to pull away. And Jordan just needs to maintain this gap and wait for that DRS assistance. Y-Racer seems to be the closest to anyone at the minute. And there's a yellow flag again, N89. His tyres are cooked, I'd say. It is Y-Racer burning. Gareth also close to the back of the other Red Bull of Newgarden. Is Gareth going to go for the move? He's going to have to go around the outside, but Newgarden in fact lets him go. So that is another position for Gareth. 7 to go in the last 6 laps. It will be across the line. Jordan, half a second to Haslager in front. He makes a mistake. He runs wide. That will lose him a lot of momentum. His hot speed going to be close enough to go for a move. He's just going to be a tiny little bit too far back. There's the fastest lap for Gareth. He is showing he's got the pace, but can he overtake all these cars in front? And now, with the DRS enabled, this is the chance for Jordan to make the move and get himself into P1. He opens the DRS, but so do the cars behind. Nearly everyone has DRS. This is one big train. Nobody is close enough to make a move right now, though. So everyone's come to hold position. Jordan. Wow, look at that, Haslager. He's burning. Why is he burning? He's up to 20% on the ERS. He has 50% less than Jordan. This should be an easy overtake. Soon. It's just about getting close enough. 7.5 tenths though. How much battery? 11% for Haslager. So once Jordan sees that light flashing, he's going to know that he is in the money. Or if he's watched the stream, I don't know if Jordan watches these streams or not, but you can see that light now flashing on the back of the Ferrari. Jordan is going to know that Haslager is there for the taking. Is Tony there for the taking on Y-Racer? No, he's not. Gareth, I think maybe those tyres already losing a little bit of performance. He hasn't gained as much as I expected him to on this lap. And it's going to be Haslager leading. 5 laps to go. Jordan runs wide. That's probably a warning for the AlphaTauri. Gets a nice turn 1 though. Maybe want to go down to 7 to get that run, but he stays in 8. And that Ferrari is low on the RS. Ooh, maybe a bit too much curb there for Jordan. You don't really want to take that red curb on the inside of turn 3. And now he opens the DRS again. Haslager down to 8% ERS. Jordan on 54. I don't know, Jordan just doesn't seem to have the ultimate pace to get all the way up to the back of Haslager here. He's burning again, gets off the burn quite quickly. Can the AlphaTauri do anything to get himself into the lead of this race? Coming through cops now. The gap growing through cops each lap, so maybe Haslager running a bit more downforce, although he doesn't seem too slow on the straights either. But through these twisty sections, this is Haslager territory. He just seems more confident and faster. Hot speed. He's really going to have to make a move here if he wants, but look at that straight on speed. He doesn't have the necessary penalty, but here comes Y-Racer. Y-Racer is going to make a move on the Alfa Romeo of Tony here. And Tony's going to have to concede position. Nothing he can do to fight back. And Gareth is close up to these two as well. So Jordan still that gap hovering half a second and above constantly. He just can't get close enough to make a move. He needs to really be within like 3/10 to make a move possible. But it's just not quite happening for Jordan right now. And I think if Hotspeed wants to win this race as well, he's going to have to make a move on Jordan pretty pronto. A better exit though for Jordan this time. He's going to open the DRS. He's probably going to... it's difficult. Haslager though, no ERS. Jordan needs to maybe use his ERS a bit more to try and get that move, because I think if he gets past Haslager, there's not much Haslager can do to get him back. He's going to have to worry about behind. These three though up front have dropped Ryan Berry quite nicely. And Gareth is past Newgarden. Newgarden did let him go a few laps ago. And now he's set his sights on Acorn. But here we go. Jordan has got that gap down just a tiny bit. Could this be what he needed? He needs a good Madison Beckett here. It's alright, but look at that. Haslager takes it nicely, but he doesn't maybe get the exit he needs. Half a second. And I think Haslager is out of VRS. Look how slow he is on the straight. Here comes Jordan. Oh, he gets cut off a little bit there. Nothing penalty worthy or too dirty there from Haslager. That was just good defending from the Ferrari. But now these three out front, very close. Look how close Hotspeed is to the back of Jordan, but he doesn't have the ERS. Jordan has the best ERS, but he has to use quite a lot on this last lap to catch up, and it's really not gained him all that much in the end. Still, that gap is 6/10. I think Haslager might be able to just about hold on here. Here comes Hotspeed, he's close. If he gets a good loop, he could make a move. He doesn't get the best exit. Jordan definitely gains, and Jordan is burning ERS. Haslager's managed to save a little bit. And in fact, there's a swap between the Alfa Romeos here. And here comes Gareth. Gareth gets past Tony, so this could maybe be looking at a top 6 for our champion. Decent recovery drive, but you've got to feel he's throwing away a potential win here. 5/10 is still the gap out front though. And I think Haslager is maybe starting to put one hand on the trophy of the British GP. As Jim Shaft picks up the penalty, it's not going to affect him. N89 over a minute behind. And in fact, Jordan nearly losing DRS though. Now his light is fine. He's now gone from having the most DRS out of these lots to having the lowest. And there's an overhead there. Y-Race gets past Ryan Berry. So that's Y-Race up to P4. Ryan Berry doesn't need to have the pace of those one in front. But I don't think these two have the pace of Haslager. Well, definitely Jordan doesn't. He's struggling right now. He maybe needs to shift his focus from the car in front to the car behind, because I think Hotspeed is going to be going for a move here soon. No other moves going on behind. Now he's a past his final set to Y-Race, missing his apex though a little bit in turn 1. So you'd have to say, I think Hotspeed needs to make a move here if he wants any chance of closing up to Haslager and having an attempt at the win. Jordan just clinging on to DRS, just about holding on. And even on the straight here, he's managed to recover a bit of DRS actually. He's done quite well there as Jordan. Y-Racer closing on these, although he's got that gap nearly down below a second. In fact, it is now below a second, so could Y-Racer get himself involved in this battle? How much he has to see? Not that much. And Hotspeed's going to burn here to close up to the back of Jordan. Jordan needs the perfect cops and Madison Beckett to hold on to this DRS, and it's not happened for him. Jordan is not going to have DRS here. But it's a poor line from Hotspeed, is it? No, it's not. He's actually done it really well. I thought his entry was a little bit off, but no, it's worked out quite well for him, and now all lights flashing. It's like a Christmas tree on this tier 2 grid. Here comes Hotspeed. Could have got to remove to Stosey. Not quite. Ooh, Jordan gets maybe baited out a little bit there by Hotspeed, and now they're side by side come down to the bell chicane. This is for P2 and the opening round of the season. Jordan, is he going to manage to hang on? Hotspeed is still there. Side by side, I think Jordan's going to have to concede position here. He is. Hotspeed's not in front of him. And now Y-Racer, the man who seems to be the quickest out of these three, is now on the back of them both. Jordan picks up a penalty. That's massive. So does Ryan Berry. Y-Racer, all of them have penalties. And here comes Jordan. Not Jordan, Y-Racer, sorry, on Jordan. Jordan compromises his line in the loop. Who spun? Tony spun. That is a disastrous end to his race, spinning on the final lap. I think that's going to confirm him in P10. And in fact, Ryan Berry spun as well. So people are struggling on this final lap. So we started with Carnage. Now we're going to end with Carnage as well. Here is White Racer on the back of Jordan. This could be good for Acorn if they fail. This could get him up to a potential podium. And is Y Racer going to have a go here? He's not going to have a go just yet. Jordan seems to have pretty good straight line speed compared to hot speed. Jordan cuts the corner though, so that's going to be another warning. He needs to watch out to make sure he doesn't get another penalty. That would be disastrous for him. Here comes what? Look how much more speed. Y Racer just needs to be able to carry more speed than Jordan. He's going to get a good exit. He's going to get a really good exit. He's going to be all over the back. And in fact, Newgarden's made a move on Gareth there. But here comes Y Racer on Jordan. Could this be him snatching the podium away in the final sector of the final lap? He's gone down the inside into Stowe. Jordan's got to leave the room. And Y Racer has made the move. Y Racer snatches the podium away from the AlphaTauri on the final sector. But it's going to be Haslager coming across the line to win the British GP and to win the first race of the season. Hot Speed coming home for P2 on debut. Y Racer rounding off the podium. Jordan 4th. Acorn is going to hold on for 5th. And Newgarden overtaking Gareth on the final lap, and so did Jim Straub. What has happened to Gareth? He's going to lose another position. So it's Jim Straub 7, Brian Berry snatches 8. Although Gareth gets him back on penalties, and Tony spins across the line to round out the top 10. What a race here. Wow. And it's N89 is going to be the final man to cross the line. What an absolutely insane race. Right there, Gareth. Really the story of the race. Throwing away a potential win there. And comes home with P8 instead, but Haslager, really good drive from the Ferrari to hold off the guys on mediums and softs behind. What an insane race. Hot Speed coming home for P2. Y Racer making that final sector overtake for the final podium position. Jordan maybe going to feel like an opportunity wasted for the AlphaTauri. He could have, he just didn't seem to have the pace on the mediums to challenge Haslager. It's going to be Acorn 5th. Newgarden 6th, Jim Straub with a very impressive drive from last on the grid to P7, Gareth 8th, Ryan Berry after that last lap spin gets P9, Tony 10th, and it's going to be N89 rounding up finishes for P11, and then we have just the 2 DNFs of Kinnersmack and Albert. Y Racer's getting the game driver today. A little voice cut just for you lot. But I'm going to give my driver today to this man here, Haslager. Really flawless throughout the day and comes home for a deserved win, if you ask me. What a drive from him, and definitely stomping his authority on the championship in this opening round, and he looks like the man to beat right now. So yeah, that is our lot for the British GP and the opening round here of season 10 tier 2 of VSL. But be sure you join me next week when I'm not actually too sure where we heading. I'll have a look now. Where we head to Austria for our first sprint race of the season. So join me next week for Austria on our first sprint race, and let's see if anyone can beat Haslager there. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you all next week. Yeah, thank you very much.